Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to give you a brief introduction to a few very common Chinese strokes. First of all, I'd like to talk about the general guide of Chinese writing. Chinese words are block characters, so we need to maintain a good balance when we write them. That's why instructors prefer to use a kind of 田字格 to train beginners. We should try to make the top part, bottom part, left part, and the right part well balanced. It's kind of like in symmetry. Of course, a line of words should be aligned. And every word should have a similar size. Now let's talk about the first stroke of today, 点 or dot. Unlike the period mark in English, 点 is not written as a tiny dot in Chinese. To write a 点, we should settle the pen and then stretch a bit. There are some variances of 点. Firstly, there are the normal dots. There are left dots and right dots. For left dots, you write from top to bottom and slightly lean to left. For right dots, on the contrary, you write from top to bottom and slightly lean to right. Lastly, I'd like to say there are some dots which look rather like other strokes. For these kinds of dots, we just need to stretch them a little longer when writing. For example, in this word, the dot here is like 撇. We stretch it a bit more. In this word, the dot here is like na. We stretch it a bit more as well. The next stroke we are going to talk about is 横 or horizontal. As the name suggests, we write it from left to right horizontally. This stroke doesn't seem to have any variances. We just write it shorter or longer, depending on the circumstances. For example, in this word 3, 3, we first write the top 横, then the middle 横, a little shorter. And lastly, the bottom 横, the longest. Next, we talk about the shu, or vertical. As the name suggests, we write it from top to bottom vertically. This stroke doesn't have variances either. We just write it shorter or longer, depending on the circumstances. For example, in this word shu, vertical, we first write a short shu, then a longer shu, then the rest. Next, we talk about the pie, or left diagonal. We write it from top to bottom, gradually leaning to the left. Like in the word wu, noon. Depending on the leaning angle, this stroke may have a horizontal version, 横撇, and a vertical version, 竖撇. For example, in this word jin, half a kilogram, we first write a horizontal pie. From right to left, gradually lowering. Then a vertical pie. From top to bottom, slowly leaning to the left when approaching the last half of the stroke. Then the rest strokes. Next, we talk about na, or right diagonal. We write it from top to bottom, gradually leaning to the right. For example, in this word 人, human. Lastly, let's talk about the stroke T, or tick. It's like the second part of a tick. You write it from bottom to top right corner, reducing pen pressure quickly. For example, in this word 习, learning. That brings the end of today's video. I agree that some of the strokes we learned today may look similar and be confusing. But don't worry, your writing should be fine as soon as you write these strokes in correct direction and the appropriate size. That's all for today. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.